Well, good morning and welcome to Chestnut Pool. Never actually fished here myself, but we filmed here for Gurus with Ringer and Rooney about 5 or 6 years ago, and they absolutely smashed it, took the place apart, caught bundles and some decent fish as well. So I thought we'd come back for a Deano's diary. And we're here for a couple of reasons. One, obviously, to catch some pearlers like this, so that's part one done. And two, to talk you through a couple of really effective methods that I believe everybody should get on. Very, very simple, but catch an awful lot of fish. So we'll catch a couple more of these, hopefully, and then I'll talk you through what I'm doing. I use it all the way through the year really, and especially when there's no weed. The inline lead, I think the hooking properties are better, the anti-tangle properties are better, and as much as I'm a fan of the lead clips, I've just really got into inline leads for this type of fishing. Above that, we've got 15 inches of dark matter tubing for obvious reasons. I'm spraying 10mm cell and hybrid up tight to that island. The odd one drops back. I'm trying to put the lead within 10 inches every single time. I'm trying to get the baits there as well, but the odd bait in the catapult does drop back a little bit short, and I want to try and keep that last 15 inches pinned down out the fish's way so they can mosey around and basically pick up the baits and the hook baits whenever they like. 2 ounce square pair, flat pair or a square pair is absolutely fine. The distance lead is not the one when you're casting up tight to far banks. You need a flat side so it stays out. I've got a quick change swivel in now, and I've probably got, I mean, in the carp terms, this would be a solid bag rig, but I'm just not putting it in a bag, I should say. Tiny little piece of silicone there just to kick the hook link away. I've got 15-pound dark matter braid, a size 8 wide gape, and a tiny little 12mm wafter. Now, if it does start to dry up, then I'll put a bag on, I'll start gooing it up, I'll start changing a few things around. But right now, we've actually had a few fish, keeping it really, really simple. And now this sun's come out and it's forecast to be well in the 20s today. I think we're going to need to make changes, and I think we're going to either go stalking down the edge, or I think we're going to need to be certainly thinking about fishing zigs. And there we go, another one up tight to the island on that simple little inline rig. But I think we can sit here all day and catch these up tight to the island, and I'll have a sneaky suspicion if we're going to get a bigger one, it's either going to come on a zig or stalking down the edge. And I have just been told there's a few better ones just down the bank, so let's go and have a little go. Getting hammered. There's probably a better way of doing it, but I want to catch on a 3-line lump of bread. But right now, I wish I'd have gone golf, because fishing. Here we go. It was on his nose for about 5 minutes. I will not be beaten. And if I have to go jungle warfare, then I will. God, this is going. This doesn't like me. This has been frustration city. But we got one. This, compared to the other two that were sitting there, was tiny. So the other two were definitely mid-20 pounders. Definitely mid-20s, because this one ain't tiny. Certainly a better stamp than what we had around the island, which makes it all worthwhile. And then sneaky old Deano gets in there with a size 6 and a lump of bread. Oh, mate. It's all relative, innit? You go abroad and catch 50s and 60s, but then it doesn't matter how big they are when you catch them like that. Oh, this might be a little bit bigger than I thought, to be fair. Right, you might have to get a bit creative here. Oh, it's just going so hard. Normally the bigger they get, the more they plod. This one ain't. This one's doing just like what all the little ones do, just absolutely mutters me under the rod tip. Whew, I got him. Oh, my knees are sore, my elbow aches. I think my back needs a bit of a stretch. A bit too big for this, a bit too old for this, but... Yeah, baby, that'll do. Look at that. I said we'd get a bigger one down the edge or on the top. I don't know how big it is, mid-double easy. And you can cast up tight to the island and fish fancy rigs and baits and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, on a venue like this, it don't get any more fun than a bit of line, a bit of hook and some mainline bread. Or Hovis, any brand will do. Wicked. So to my second go-to method, that's the zig. Now I know a lot of people worry about zigs because of the long hook link and the tangling aspect, but the main thing you need to worry about is when you cast it out, forget about feathering the lead down, you need to stop the lead when it's about 2 foot above the surface, and that will kick the hook link out in front of the lead and you should suffer no tangles. If it goes in like a bag of spanners, wind it in because it is effectively a single hook bait and redo it, it's not a problem. The rig is ever so simple as well. The main line runs straight the way through an inline lead. I use the inline lead for the same purposes as I said on the other rig earlier on. Anti-tangle rig sleeve, and then your hook link obviously can be anything from a foot up to 10 foot. Here I'm fishing about 4.5 feet long. It is one of the Calder ready tied rigs. To be fair, they're as good as, and they're exactly the same as I would tie them myself. And normally with a size 12 mixer, you would find that most times a year, black foam is the one. Don't ask me why, but it's the one. But here I flicked out black foam on both rods and never had anything. And then I put a dirty great lumpy yellow foam on and it's gone off a few times straight away. So chop and change with the depth, chop and change with the colour of the foam as well. And don't worry about the foam. I don't even sort of flavour it up. The carp, they don't have fingers. So if they're investigating something, they have to suck it in. Yes, you might be imitating flies or something like that in the surface, but quite frankly, it's there and they just want to see what it is. And as soon as it goes in, job done. But that is probably the most underused method in the spring, summer, and it's very effective in the winter at certain times of the year as well. But trust me, if you're not fishing zigs, you're definitely missing out. There we go, another one on the zig. Fish number, it's been a few, lost count. What a day. Look at that one. See, boom, boom, zig zigga. Wonderful. Well, we was going to do a closer with this fish. It's a lovely fish as well, but my mic come off, that's why I'm holding it. It's been a fantastic day. Caught on zigs, caught by stalking, caught up tight to the island, obviously in the edge. And yeah, excuse me, hold on. And I think we're going to leave this one as it is. It's a fantastic, like I said, it's a great, oh, it's a bloody good fish as well. All right, put this down, hold on. Here we go. Oh, come and look at this. Look, I've been all day without putting my bloody foot in that water, look. An absolute booty with the last one. Oh, Macey, you numpty. See, it doesn't all go right. There we go, technical malfunction sorted, fish in the net, booty drying off, early afternoon home. It's been an absolute blinder. 2 fantastic methods, get on them and you will definitely catch more fish. Job done. Thank you for watching, see you next time.